let's start this thing. I want to do a follow-up video on this should be part 5, which should be the final build video that I'm going to show you. Basically, I've already assembled everything, not everything, but close to it. There's a few things I got to do yet before it's actually flyable. I got the FPV, Fat Shark, and the transmitter bracket to put together, which is going to be like this. So basically, I'm not sure, I hope this is set up well enough for you to see it. This camera don't have a viewfinder in it, but what I want to do, kind of give you an idea how far I've got, what I'm doing. Try to make this short as possible. I know I always say that, but it never turns out that way. What I want to do is my mount for this, I double-sided tape this, and I want this to stick up above this so that it gives it some protection, but yet it's still below that. Double-sided tape that, and then I got double-sided tape on this. Now this is a TV. I got my gimbal all hooked up, all set up. I still need to calibrate it. I still need to hook up all this wiring here. I need to hook up my FPV camera, which is going to go up here, probably right there. Maybe back further. I kind of like seeing a little bit of the nose when I'm flying, so that gives me something to go by scale. This is a little tiny camera, but it's a good camera for FPV. Very miniature. This is also the camera I'm going to use on one of my aircraft for FPV. I have a J3 Cub with a 38-inch wingspan or something like that I want to do an FPV build with, which will be a later build that I'll have to put together. But I just wanted to show basically what I'm doing here. I could put this on. I got to make sure that I'm in front of the prop, of course, and I'm going to get rid of this. I put double-sided tape on there, on the bracket. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it right about there. If this is going to hold, I don't know. I might have to do a different bracket. And zip tie it in place. I hope you can see this. I got poor lighting in this room. Basically, that's what and that's holding pretty well. Get my cutters. Yeah, let me see if I can get more light in here. Yeah, that don't help much. Let me snug this up. Good. That's pretty tight. Okay. That should hold fairly well. I'll put a zip tie around that. But what I need to do is I need to mount this yet, run the wires through that hole, run them to my 5-volt power source, which I mentioned earlier, which is right there. And then I got to tie it into the transmitter, with this cable right here. Gotta redo all this because this is the I had it set up for the Mobius as an FPV camera, and it worked good. There's a little latency in the Mobius though. There shouldn't be no latency in this camera. This is a 500 TV line, TVL I think it's called, which isn't super, but it's good enough for FPV because technically this is not an FPV vehicle. I'm not building it for that. I'm building it mostly for this camera platform, which is the SJ4000. And also I'm thinking about putting some strip lighting on here, the LEDs on the booms. And I also mentioned before that I was going to stiffen this up, and I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a gusset in here, so because this is where most of the play is right here. And if I gusset that, I should be good. But technically it's ready to fly. Well, I did get a light, my light set up for the front. Which should work pretty good. It's run off of a separate battery. And basically it's just a single cell 3.7 volt, and I've mounted it with a switch and put the battery in here with some Velcro. Nothing fancy. I just wanted to show you that part of it. I need to mount my antenna for my receiver, which I think I'm going to run down the boom because these antenna, actually the dipole antenna, only this section right here is the receiving part of it from here down, and this is a dual antenna. So what I'm thinking is running a couple of these either down the boom like that or down the landing gear like that, and running these inside of them. I think they fit. Uh-oh, well, they don't fit that. So I'd have to probably shrink tube it or something on there. Now I'm not sure if these are going to affect the receiver, if they're tied together like that, or if I need to change that. But what I want to do is I want to run these down, maybe like that. That would probably work right there, and try to keep it at a 45-degree angle. I don't know, give me some tips maybe in the comment section if somebody knows if this would affect my receiver if I had them sitting right next to them. That might create an issue with the frequency. I don't know. I'm not a frequency specialist. Anyhow, right now I just wanted to show you I got my gimbal hooked up. I got my battery tray set up. I still got to do Velcro on the battery so it don't slide back and forth. I got one piece there, but that was from the old build. I got to hook up my FPV power and my FPV signal to my camera, or from my camera, and my 5 volts to my camera. My camera's 5 volts, of course. I did get my KK2 board all mounted and wired up. I still got to clean up the wires. Do a little cleanup here. It's ready to go. Technically, I did all the settings like David Windestal. I kind of followed his lead on the setup on this. But once I get everything all tied together permanently and get my copter balanced. I'll probably recalibrate the KK2 board, and I don't need to go through all the setup procedures on that, because most of the internet already has tons of stuff on that. I did get my gimbal mounted correctly and everything set up. I got my battery mounted. It's ready to fly basically right now, if it wasn't for all the added little features. But everything's pretty much set. Oh, and another thing I wanted to do, besides hook up the FPV, let's see, is this it? This is it. I'm going to do an on-screen display. This is a GPS mode, or GPS module, and this is just one of them cheap little Hobby King on-screen display boards that I want to hook up so that I have on-screen display on my FPV part of it. And this is the GPS receiver, and this is the main board, which I want to get everything hooked up. And so I've got a little bit of wiring yet to figure out to do for that. I've also got this that I want to put in there, so I'm going to eliminate that KK2 board alarm because you can't hear it anyhow, and I don't even know if you can hear this one. And this one here is going to go on here. I don't even remember how it goes on now. Let's see, it'd be... I think it was like this. Watch me fry it. I'm hooking it up wrong. There we go. But anyhow, this is going to be the setup I'm going to do for my battery power, so it has an alarm on it. And that's another thing I got to do, is mount that and get it set up so that when I hook up my battery I can plug that in. But basically she's ready to fly. Matter of fact, I can power it up right now. She's armed. Okay. And also, another thing before I fly it, I've ordered some new props. These are carbon nylon props, and instead of carbon nylon I'm going to go with regular carbon fiber props, because I think they're going to be a little stronger. I don't know. I'm going to try both just to see. I just wanted to do a quick video to show my progress and how close I am. My next video is going to probably be a maiden flight. So look forward to that. Well, I need to calibrate my gimbal and everything and mount my antennas. But other than that, she's just about ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this short because, like I mentioned before, I always say I'm going to make them short, and then usually they end up being 20-30 minutes long. I can't help myself. I get to babbling. Progress report. This is going to be part 5 and probably the final build part. And the next part is going to be the actual maiden voyage. I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for the maiden. That's all I can say, pretty much. And thanks for watching. Stop by again. Later on, you check out my maiden flight. Oh, and leave some comments, because I'm not sure about this. If I was to mount these alongside them piano wire for the landing gear, I'm wondering if that's going to affect the quality of the receiver. I know they say that if you mount them on carbon fiber booms, it's not good. And maybe if I go, I don't know, out here like this at an angle, 45-degree angle like this, I think that would probably be the best. Be like a set of bug antennas. Yeah, there we go. And then it's far enough away from my FPV transmitter, and it's going to be up here, and then I'm going to have probably my GPS for the OSD and such mounted on here up high, maybe up above this level. I'm not sure how far away I need to go on that. Maybe you could leave some comments on that as well. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to end it now. So, any comments would be appreciated. But yeah, I need to stiffen that landing gear up, I can see already. It's getting pretty heavy. Although it'd probably be okay that way. But it's a little springy, I think. But once I get everything set up, then I can balance everything out. And I'll see how that landing gear does. I might have to stiffen it up. Thanks for watching. You all have a good day. Won't be long and maiden flight will be happening.